Okay, so range report on the CG457 with IBI barrel. Pardon me, I just got up, so sound a bit funny. It sound like I'm in a bucket. Really windy, and yeah, I know. At the range, it's so some of these groups are sort of, you know, can't really attribute to the rifle, can attribute to the wind. Well, I'll show you what happened. I'll just show you what happened. So, I'll show you the groups that were pretty ordinary, really. There weren't many brands or types of ammo that it didn't like, but there was a couple, and one of them was Federal High Velocity. Well, it's not that I didn't like it. Gold medal match. So this high velocity gold. So between each lot of ammo, or 90%, 99% of the time, I was wet patch, dry patch through every different lot of ammo, except for a couple of times, and you can actually see it. So what happens is, with this barrel, what happens is that it'll start off a group that's just, yeah, crazy. Like it's got 1, 2, 3 rounds there, and then 2 rounds through one hole, and then the group will tighten up. So it started off, the group was 2.1 inches, then it went to 0.97, 0.78, 0.78. So you've got to foul it up. So usually the first 2 groups are not indicative of the accuracy of the ammo through this barrel. It usually takes at least one group to tighten it up, and then I'd say by about round 40, it starts to spread out again, and you've got to clean it. That was what I noticed anyway. So this Federal High Velocity Gold Medal match was, yeah, I'll use that as a backing so you can actually see the groups. So, Federal High Velocity Gold Medal match. Sorry, I tore the page. So it went really big, smaller. I didn't have much of it left, well actually I do, I think, I might, but I'm saving that as a hunting ammo for another rifle. So I'll go through the brands. I think I'll go through the brands. So CCI standard, 0.92, 0.96, 0.85. What it seems to do, like with quite a lot of the ammo, is that it'll put a group together and one flyer, a group, one flyer. Group, one flyer. For whatever reason, I'm not really sure why. Now I will try to tune the barrel. I'll pick an ammo and I'll try and tune the barrel to that ammo. So I'm not buying a commercially made barrel tuner. What I've got is shaft collars, because this is a 1-inch barrel, 1-inch shaft collars, and because all you're doing with the tuner is just moving a weight up and down the barrel. So that's the cheap way, and I'll try that, see how I go. I don't know, I may have to buy a tuner, a Harrell or an EC or whatever. Anyway, so CCI standard, yeah. Mini mag, it was, yeah, not very good. It started with a group of 2, then it went down to 0.93, and yeah, I think I gave up on it. Because by this time, I think it was coming towards the end of the day, and I was just trying to rush through stuff to see if there was anything weird that it liked. Because, yeah, so that was that. Oh, green tag. Yeah, sorry. So CCI green tag, which is supposed to be their competition ammo. I've never been able to, never been. I've heard a lot about it from guys like 22 Plinkster and that, and they've rated it probably because he gets it for free, or used to, whatever. But I've never been able to get it to test it, so yeah, it's sort of like 0.5, 0.56, 0.87, 0.8, 0.7, but there's one flyer and there's a tiny little group 0.36, then 0.99. Yeah, not overly impressed with it, I have to say. Not through this barrel. Yeah. Now, here's another couple that did shit, relatively crap. Federal Champion. Yeah. Started at 1.7, so there's two groups there. I did correct it and overcorrected. There's another group of 1.4 and another group of 1. So, yeah, Federal Champion is no champion. Winchester Subsonic. Now, I've shot that through other barrels and it did pretty well. Through this barrel, no. 1.7, 1.8. I think I only had 10 rounds left or whatever. Well, I just gave up on it. Once I saw that, I just went, because this was towards the end and I was just going through it quickly. So, the RWS stuff. I thought before I thought that it actually liked RWS. Yeah, not really. RWS target pistol. I think I only had 10 rounds or something left. There's a lot of the ammo that I had. I only had a little bit left, so I just shut it off. Started off with a 2-inch group, and then I went to a 0.87 group. So you can see how it just tightens up just by fouling up. Fouling really does affect this barrel. So that was RWS target pistol. Now RWS rifle match S did okay. Started off 0.86, then went 0.56. It's weird string, sideways string. 0.77, 0.48, 0.63. So RWS rifle match S. It's thereabouts. Let's see. Okay. So we'll go to. Oh, here's a mansion. So this is the first. This is the first rifle, or 22 barrel, that I've ever owned where I actually got reasonable groups out of shooting Lapua Centra X. Like, honest to God, I'm not exaggerating. I've never had Lapua Centra X, not the batch that I've got anyway, shoot any good out of any 22 that I've got. Not the Browning T-bolt, not the Hauer 1100, not the 24-inch trainer barrel CZ that came with this CZ457. Which other 22? Right, yeah, any of them. So I'd pretty much given up on it. But through this barrel, the Lapua Centra X went 0.57, 0.4, 0.4, 0.76, 0.6. So it did okay. It did okay, which was a big surprise. I was really keen to see what it did, because I had actually sorted that ammo by weight. Now let's go to Eley. This is the one that I was really hoping would do okay. Eley match. But so we started off with Eley standard. So there's a group of 0.9, 0.95, 0.58, 0.63, and then it really strung out to 1.86. At that point, I put a patch through it, and it went back down to 0.8. So you can actually see that cleaning does a lot. Eley club, I didn't have much left. I only had like 10 rounds left, so I shot 2 groups, and it was 0.65, 0.36. So I wouldn't mind getting more of the Eley club if I can. So I'll go to the range again tomorrow. I won't be shooting this, but well, I might take it. But there's a couple of things that I want to do to it. Now, Eley Sport, I'll leave the match for last. Eley Sport, so Eley Sport, 0.6, 0.4, 1.2. So it had 3 there, and then these 2 flyers, those 3 there, just a bug hole. 0.65, 0.62, 0.9, 0.56. So, yeah. Again, I have to say, that one there, actually, I remember, that was wind. So, yeah, the wind got really, really blustery, and like, it got really strong and blustery, and yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare. Now let's go to Eley match. Okay, so I'll show you the first 3 rounds of Eley match that I put through it. So I took 2 batches of Eley match. I've got 2 different batches. Because that was just centering stuff and that. Eley match, the first 3 shots that I put through it went through that one single hole. And I was looking at it going, yes, yes, yes. And then it went bang, bang. So that was just startling. Those 3 shots were startling. Now, so I think that this one is the older batch that I've got. Because it doesn't tell you a date. Oh, I think it does tell you a date actually. So we went. I never measured them. There's a couple there that I didn't measure that started out. 0.99, 0.29. So there's a group of 0.29, a third of an inch. 1, 0.6, 0.64, 0.64, 0.64, 0.62. So, potential. You know, potential, definitely potential. Now the other batch of Eley match was this one. And that went, mosquito, 0.45, 0.9, 0.9, one massive flyer, but the other 4 rounds were within a third of an inch. 0.93, 0.73, and didn't measure that one, that's about 0.8. So it didn't do as well as I wanted it to with the Eley match, but now here's something. It seems like it's a real. To my mind, there's essentially 2 types of chambers. There's the Lapua type chamber that likes Lapua and SK, and there's the Eley type chamber that likes Eley. This is sort of in between, but it does seem to like SK. So SK magazine, which I've still got, like you get, I can't remember how many you get in a box of it, but you get a shitload, and I've still got a shitload of it. Not a shitload, but I got a lot of it. This is the only rifle that's actually grouped reasonably well with SK magazine. I have grouped pretty well with it before, but yeah, I can't remember which gun that was through. I think that might have been through my 455 back in the day when I had that, and I had a heavy barrel that I bought, which was a CZ heavy barrel, 20-inch heavy barrel, but I think that was. Yeah. So anyway, SK magazine, 0.93, 0.62. This I had this massive fly rib. I don't know why. 1.2, and three of them are almost pretty much on top of each other, and there's two flies. 0.9, 0.93, with 4 in half an inch. 0.38, and then 1.48 with this huge flyer, but 4 of them are in essentially a third of an inch, but 0.38 with SK magazine. And at one point I had the SK magazine all sorted, and then I just chucked it all together because I've given up on it. Yeah. SK standard plus, so 0.6, but 4 of them again are in a third of an inch. 0.7, 0.7, 0.49, 0.38, 0.73, 0.73. So it seems to like SK, which is a problem because it's not easy to get SK these days anyway. So SK flat nose target. So 0.86 was the first one, but 4 of them went in with a third of an inch. 0.38, 0.42, 0.27. Okay, so I think that is the smallest group that I shot for the day. 0.27, 0.79, 0.55, 0.63, 0.56. So SK flat nose target is definitely a candidate. Like I said, I'm going to pick one ammo and then try and tune the barrel a little bit for it. SK pistol match special. So 1 inch, but 4 of them again are in a third of an inch. 0.77, 0.7, 0.75, 0.8 with 4 of them in a third of an inch. 0.64, 0.48, 0.6. So this SK flat nose target, it could be the candidate. Now, the other thing is that it may take a while for this to I don't know what you call it, settle down, or whatever the bullshit process is that's supposed to take place where a barrel changes. I can't say that I've actually experienced that, where a barrel you had to put so many rounds through it, not 22 anyway, and then it changed. I've not experienced that really. Pardon me, I'm going to take a drink. This is chai latte, because I like that early in the morning. Yeah, I might take it along tomorrow, and yeah, I will. I'm going to take it along tomorrow. Have a go, have another go. Because really towards the end I was just punching them through. I wasn't really concentrating that much. Now, the reason why I don't know if I should take it. I will, but I'm going to try the other bolt, because I didn't even try the other bolt which is supposed to have the crap spring as well. But I will, because one of the problems with this bolt that's got the strongest spring in it is that I think that spring is way too strong. I mean, it's mashing the rims. It's really smashing them. I think it's too strong. I think you could easily cut a link off it. So I'm going to take this bolt as well and just see how I go, because I really don't think that a spring that is really way too strong and is really smashing those rims is really helping accuracy. So I've got those barrel shaft collars coming to put over the barrel to try and tune it, and I ordered a couple of 10% plus 10% springs from Yo Dave in Canada. If you want to get trigger springs or striker springs or anything like that, just go to Yo Dave in Canada, because the exchange rate currently for Australia anyway is really good. Like $1 Canadian is $1.13 Australian, meaning it's worth $1.13 Australian. So our exchange rate is really, really good compared to Canada. So just go straight to Yo Dave. You have to pay with a credit card, but you know, just don't use a bank account with all of your life savings in it, which is what I do. I've got a separate bank account which I just do my online purchasing from, and it's only got a limited amount of money in it, only what I really need to spend, to prevent anyone divesting me of my zillions, as if. So I've got 2 springs from Yo Dave coming, so I'll put them in those bolts. The other thing is that I've got to ring up Cleveland Firearms, because I've got a Timney trigger on back order, and in this month's Sporting Shoot, or whatever it is, the SSAA magazine, they're advertising them. I'm like, why would you be advertising them if you haven't got them in stock? So I'm assuming that they have got them in stock now, I hope, and say to them, hey, hurry up and send the damn thing, which should only take a week or so. So I really, because this trigger, even though I've got, it was a Brownells Sprigger spring kit, even though I've got the lightest spring in this, it's still not the same as a really crisp, really light, just break like glass trigger, which I think would really help. It's got just a bit too much treble in it. Take up. So I want to put the Timney in it. I want to get proper springs, striker springs that aren't too strong, and I want to get that shaft collar to put over the end of the barrel, so I can tune it to a particular ammunition with that SK flat nose target, which is really, really promising. I only saw a few boxes of it in the gun shop, and I might just snap everything up that they've got, which probably won't be that much, and then go with that. Although, SK Pistol Match Special should do alright. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But so everything else functioned fine. The stock's great. The scope is just superb. I just can't believe that you can get that much value for $600. I mean, like these flip up caps on it are alloy, alright, and they're nice and stiff, and they're really well made. This scope is a work of art. It really is. If you want real precision, like I was looking at the 1,000 meter target, and I had no problems looking at that, and that was great, so I'll go again. I'll take it again tomorrow. See how it goes. I really like. I really like the stock. I really like the pistol grip. The only thing with the Oryx chassis is you got to use 10-round magazines, because the 5-round magazines are literally just, you can't even see them. It's trying to get them out. You need an extended mag release, but you don't really need an extended mag release. Just the magazines are too short because the chassis is quite big. So that's all I have to report. I'm probably rambling on, but I've just woken up and thought, hey, I'll do that video, because I didn't want to do it when I got home, because man, I was knackered. I was there all day. But what I'll take tomorrow is this. I'll take my T-bolt, because I got a new, I got a proper from D&Z, actually from Optics Planet in the United States, which came really quick. I got a proper D&Z Reaper scope mount, which the mounts that I had on it would not right. they were shit, which wouldn't have helped, but it's still accurate. So I'm going to take that and I've got the hunting scope on it, so I'm just going to have a go with that, get that centered, and possibly go up to the tablelands and shoot some rabbits or something, because I've still got some time off. And I'll also take the Artec Prima, because you know, I was at the point where I was going, I've got to take this thing apart and see what the hell is going on, because it's a hose. But what I've done is that I've loaded some really light loads and some really full bore hot loads to see if, you know, there is actually something that you can do with it. Possibly the lighter loads. I don't think it'll be the hotter loads. Whether it's because of barrel twist or what, I don't know. Or is it, yeah, just could be a hose. So definitely after I've shot those loads off, then I'll do some mechanical work to it. But yeah, so I'll go to the range and do all that. I will take this along and have another go at it. So until then, see you later.